So, attitude of gratitude, what's all about, really? It all comes down to our mindset. Are we optimists or are we pessimists? Really? Life can be as we choose it to be. Like, life can be tragic, it can be hopeless, or it can be joyful, it can be beautiful. And it all depends on that view that you take, looking through the lens from the outside in. Are you looking at it from an optimistic point of view, or are you looking at it from a pessimistic point of view? And many factors contribute to people having a good life, the same way as those who have a disastrous and struggling one. And no matter what kind of life you're having right now, today, one thing is for sure, you know, there's loads to be gained by developing an attitude of gratitude for whatever we have in our lives and not what we do not have. So we know how challenging life can be, and I know that all too well. And when we're missing something or someone we need and we love, we hold on to that. You know, living in the past, we miss that, whatever it is, a person, a place, or a thing. And life isn't always about having everything, but it's about being grateful for the things you have and the things that you have yet to achieve, making you look forward to each day that comes, waking up in the morning going, yes, isn't it brilliant? Isn't it great to be alive? You know, breathing, walking, talking. And like from the moment you wake up in the morning, we can be of use to others and to ourselves. So having the attitude of gratitude is something that not everybody develops naturally. Some people get stuck in the past, they get stuck in the future, and what happens is they become cross-eyed in the present. And that's where it really all is. That's where we are most powerful, in the present moment. So being thankful and contented is hard, especially during trying times in our lives. Problems, difficulties, and sadness often cause us to be less grateful. You may be asking yourself how to develop an attitude of gratitude. How do I develop it in all this, negativity that we're surrounded by? Because we are surrounded by an awful lot of negative people in the world today. And so what I'm hoping to do is, share what I do. That's really it, and just take you through it. And an attitude of gratitude allows you to be thankful for all the blessings you receive each day, despite having challenges or setbacks in your life. So it means that you can always express your appreciation for all the opportunities you get in your life. Like a person who feels grateful knows that sometimes good things come out of all the bad things. Even in you know even when the situation feels absolutely hopeless. And when you're grateful, you'll never ask for anything more than what you have, because you're appreciative of having something in the first place. And the first step to developing an attitude of gratitude is to shift your mindset by becoming grateful for the relationships that you have, or maybe the relationships that you have yet to have, the job that you might not have, but the job that you will have, your health, your life. You begin to see the more important things in your life, but you begin to see them more clearly until they become crystal clear. And once you have the mindset, that mindset, you can begin to cultivate good new habits in your life. So instead of worrying about the things that you don't have, this kind of attitude, will teach you how to let your appreciation for what you have grow, and what you appreciate appreciates, more than your desires for wanting. And later on, it can even make you more confident and joyful in your life. You begin to think, you begin to feel innately inside, organically, that life is beautiful. And why? Because when we want something, we feel like we're missing out. because we don't have it. But it makes us feel satisfied when we recognize what we do have. And there's this fellow called Marcus Tullius Cicerio once said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. So if you start feeling grateful today, all other aspects of your life will be positive and enjoyable. And some of the benefits of acquiring or cultivating an attitude of gratitude, and the benefits of gratitude, one of the first ones is you become more self-confident. You develop a greater a greater sense of organic self-esteem. Those who experience the desire of wanting something feel like they're missing out. So instead, if you feel an attitude of gratitude, you feel a sense of abundance, resulting in greater self-confidence, and believe me, a higher self-esteem, more happiness. By taking some time to feel grateful for having what you do have in your life, you feel happier because at this moment, in that moment, you'll know you still have a lot going on for you. If you're disgruntled because you feel like you don't have as much as you should, your negative thoughts will come in and they will prevent happiness from seeping in and multiplying and growing. So less stress and worry, that's another one. When we want something, we tend to work hard to get it. More success and more money often requires more work. It really, really does. But is life all about work? Or is it about living? Fair enough, we do need money to buy things and pay for rent like I do here, and shopping and clothes and all that type of stuff. But people often forget what their true goal is and get stressed by the climb instead of taking the time to enjoy life and not let it pass us by. We'll also feel an increased sense of abundance. Having an attitude of gratitude can help you feel more abundant. Feeling like you have a lot or a little often comes down to your mindset. But really, that's what it all comes down to, your mindset. Again, like I said in the beginning, are you a pessimist or are you an optimist? And our lives are ever changing. Over the years, you'll gain more, but you'll also lose more. And while some of it is within your control, not all of it is. It really isn't. So if you have something important in your life, remember that not everyone has what you have. If there are people there today waking up, they could be on the streets, saying a prayer and praying for the life that you have. So just want you to think about that. You can also cultivate better relationships. Those who've developed an attitude of gratitude are more likely to have better relationships. When you're grateful for the people in your life, you tend to experience more positive relationships with them. You praise their accomplishments. You recognize all the good deeds they do for you and enjoy spending time with them. And you'll be less comparing yourself to others. Comparison can create a ton of envy, and envious people don't feel an attitude of gratitude. When we constantly look at what our neighbours have, we feel a sense of lack, which creates a desire for more. And it's this desire which prevents our happiness. So gratitude helps you stop comparing yourself to others. Help to develop that attitude of gratitude. There's no sure way of achieving it overnight, and that's why we're here. But there can be ways to slowly but surely feel more grateful. If you try, just one of the things that I'm talking about here today, you may be able to see some improvement in your attitude sooner rather than later. So start by constantly saying, as I said before, thanks to what others give you and the good things they do for you. It should not cause you a lot of effort to say the word or something great that they did for you. It's pretty simple, but it means so much to the other person. It makes them feel great. You know, when in a restaurant, when in a shop, you know, anywhere there is an opportunity to meet somebody, remember to thank them. You know, thank the people who serve you great food, or great coffee, you know, give you a packet of cigarettes, a bar of chocolate, whatever, your work colleague, your son, your daughter, your husband, your mother, your father. Keep in mind that the generosity and kindness that others give you must be reciprocated with the same. You know, let people know that you appreciate what they did by doing the same thing to others, so that the goodness will spread to others, your kindness will spread to others. And you have to realize that every favor done for you costs other people their time, their effort, maybe some money as well, which deserves to be appreciated. So always remember that more than all the struggles and difficulties, there are things to celebrate about. Now, a person with an attitude of gratitude looks at the better things in life, even the worst ones, and sees the positive side to them. They look for the lessons. You know, this could make you feel more inspired instead of worried. It also helps you develop a positive mental attitude, and always look for a chance to give back. You know, today, look for a chance to give back to someone. You know, wherever you can, do the same thing to anyone who would need your help. And this way, you can show your gratitude to the goodness done to you through helping others too. Understand that your opportunities and gifts are not given to everyone. You know, we're all made unique with specific traits, you know, destinies, and that will dictate the gifts we shall receive in our lifetime. So if you're questioning why you are experiencing such difficulties, difficult situations, difficult relationships, and problems, you always know that we all go through those things in different ways and to different extents. You know, what you have may not be given to others simply because they live a different life than you. And empathize with those who helped others and did not receive gratitude or a simple thanks in return for anything that they did. Like, imagine yourself being in the same situation, of a person lending a hand to somebody who does not show gratitude or say thanks or thank you know, really appreciate that. And by doing so, you will be able to feel how they feel too. So take good care of the blessings you get and make sure they'll never be wasted. One good way of making others know you appreciate their gift to you is by being a good steward of what you have received. So likewise, if you just let your gifts be taken for granted and neglected, it's like saying you're not happy or grateful for them at all. You know, piss off. So always pay the favor you have forward. Let other people experience the positivity and benefits you acquired through other people's help. And if the people who helped you do not need it now, make sure to help others in the way that you were helped, because it was what been done to you beforehand that helps others. Send a gift or a token of appreciation and gratitude. But this does not mean you have to give away expensive or material stuff. You know, your time for listening and giving advice is sometimes more than enough. You know, and money isn't always what matters. Instead, you know, it should be made of sincerity and genuine gratefulness. Talk to people even when you do not need anything from them to show sincerity and care. Being there when they need you is excellent, and it's enough. But to be there even when they don't need your help is even more heartfelt and caring. And show them consistently that you care for them whenever you can by visiting them or calling them. Pray for the welfare of good fortune of the people who helped you. But if you cannot be blessing to them physically or mentally, at least keep them in your prayers, keep them in your thoughts, keep them in the forefront of your mind. You know, more potent than it's more potent than anything in the world. You know, Ask for God to always guide and bless with longer lives so they help more people like you too. So it's undoubtedly not going to be a waste of your time. Your prayers will be listened to, believe me. So know that God has given you things that you are more than more than what you ask for. You know, sometimes He gives us something that we do not deserve, which could remind us to be more thankful, to be more grateful. From the very beginning, you know, we were saved by His own begotten Son in exchange for all of our sins here on earth. And if you need more ideas and ways to practice gratitude, you can come back to me after this. You know, we can look at more. But you know, life isn't always smiles and laughter. It's not. There will be times when you'll have to cry and get hurt. But what's important for us is never to give up. And that's why we're here. Never give up. We get up, we dress up, we show up. We have to keep moving forward. We have to keep taking the steps. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. And with happy thoughts for gratefulness and contentment, life will be easier. Even the world's strongest person has to fall to realize what he's missing and what he already has. And your life will have a different meaning once you develop the attitude of gratitude. And no problem will ever be so hard to solve ever again. You won't ever let a chance pass your way without you trying, because you know that you'll have a lesson to take with you at the end of the day, and that lesson that you will learn can help somebody else. They could be coming through up to the same situation. They could be going through the same situation, and your experience can benefit others. So to be able to wake up each morning, it is a blessing. Lots of people say, and I know that it is. And it's one thing many of us forget, you know, to thank God for. You know, if you're still alive today, it means you are given another chance to enjoy your life and to show others how nice it is to live. And open your eyes today and see how blessed you are for having people who are always there and here to support you, no matter what. Doesn't matter how bad you've been, really doesn't matter how bold you've been. And believe me, I've been bold in my lifetime. And but be more at peace with yourself and your life. Develop gratitudes, attitude, using some of the stuff that I put in here today, you know, and just be simply grateful in your own unique way. You know, there's so much more that life has to offer you. You just need to be present and be grateful. Have a heart full of kindness, empathy, and compassion. And I hope you have an absolute